So you've got a great radio show, but regularly find yourself getting messages from listeners who weren't able to listen live. Or perhaps you find yourself producing your best shows on the days with the least listeners. Annoying, right? Well, why not create an on-demand version of your show, but in the form of a podcast? Keeps your current listeners happy and could also bring in a whole new audience. Today, I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step.
This video is brought to you by Radio.co, the ultimate solution for creating your dream internet radio station. Activate your free 7-day trial today by heading to Radio.co and clicking on the pricing page.
So, why convert your radio show? Now, we are slightly biased, but here at Radio.co, we think radio is the best way to listen to audio. But we're all well aware that there is one flaw. You broadcast live, and if people miss it, they miss it. A podcast, though, it's always available. Listeners can tune in on their commute, at the gym, even while cooking dinner at home. And the best part, you can reach a global audience, not just the folks in your local radio range. Plus, podcasts let you repurpose content. If your show is packed with valuable insights, expert interviews, or entertaining banter, why not make it evergreen? With a podcast, your work lives on, far beyond the live broadcast. Preparing your radio show for podcast format. All right, so you've got your radio show. Now, how do we shape it into a podcast? Well, first, you download your show from Radio.co and then begin the process of cleaning it up. Now, that means removing commercial breaks, on-air shout-outs that don't really make sense outside of radio. And don't forget the copyrighted music also can't be there anymore. Keep the core content, but make it flow seamlessly, so a little bit of touching up will be necessary. Editing is your best friend here. Trust me, your audience will definitely thank you. One trick that I love, adding a short introduction and an outro, like, hey, welcome to whatever the podcast name is, where we bring you the best of whatever your topic is, and then let's jump into today's episode. And at the end, there's a clear outro with a call to action. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review, something like that. Literally just gives listeners that whole chance to be engaged and sounds like a podcast really should as well. Exporting and formatting your podcast. Now, once your episode is edited, it's time to export it properly. You'll want an MP3 file with a bitrate of, let's say, around 128 to 192 kilobytes per second, just for good quality. But wait, where does this podcast actually live, I hear you say? Well, you need a podcast host. Sites like Podcast.co store your podcast episodes and generate an RSS feed, but basically the link that podcast platforms use to distribute your show. There's loads of other features as well, like having a dedicated web page for your show and even web players. Pick a platform that suits your needs and upload your first episode. Uploading to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Now comes the exciting part, getting your podcast out into the big wide world. Podcast.co adds your podcasts to a lot of other platforms automatically, such as Spotify and Amazon Music, but you can also do it yourself. To get on Spotify, remember, you need to go to Spotify for Podcasters, submit your RSS feed, and boom, you're live. Apple Podcasts is pretty similar. You use Podcast Connect, verify your details, and you upload your feed. Pro tip on this, make sure you've got a killer podcast description and compelling artwork. First impressions really do matter, and people do judge a podcast by its cover. Engaging your audience and promotion. Now you need listeners. Start by promoting it on social media. Share clips, create teaser trailers, and engage with your audience. If you've got a YouTube channel, repurpose your podcast content into short videos or even live stream versions. Ask your listeners to subscribe, leave reviews, and share episodes with friends. Word of mouth and engagement are the secret sauce to growing a podcast. And that is it. You now know how to turn your radio show into a podcast and start reaching new audiences. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. Happy podcasting.
And just before you go, have you ever thought about launching your very own radio station? And what if I told you that it's literally never been easier to do just that? Especially with our award-winning Radio.co platform at your fingertips. and broadcasting experts there to guide you all the way. Want to know how? Then book in a free demo by visiting radio.co/demo to schedule in a quick, casual, helpful conversation with myself or a colleague. We'll even give you 20% off your subscription just for attending. It's all right, isn't it? We'll show you just how easy it is to get your own internet radio station up and running in mere minutes. Whether it's building playlists of your favourite music, scheduling in a live, real-time programme, even building your very own branded mobile apps, Radio.co does it all. Still interested? Well, visit radio.co/demo and let's live out your dream of running your very own global internet radio station.